Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is a garden update. It's been long overdue. So I've been telling a lot of you who are my family and friends I was going to send a video. I was going to make an update video about what's going on in the garden, just so, to keep y'all updated. And that's what we're doing today, the day before Thanksgiving. So happy early Thanksgiving. Excuse me. Happy early Thanksgiving if you're watching this on Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. So let's get to it. I got this banana tree. I got this back in March. Yeah, this banana tree came and I got it from somebody in March. I had it in a pot and it was growing good up until July. And in July, I transplanted it here. And this, it took over. So, as you can see, they have what's on the sides of them. They have these pups. These are called pups, basically smaller banana trees. So I'm actually trying to sell this one. I'm letting this one go. I'll pot it. I'll put it in a pot for $10. And these two will go for $5. I'll put them in a pot. So if anybody want a banana tree, hit me up. I just sold Sunday. I just sold some mint. Somebody wanted some mint plants. I just sold some chocolate mint, mojito mint, and peppermint or spearmint. Next to this plot, this is where I was gonna try to grow. Initially, I was gonna try to grow another watermelon here over the summer. So I made this plot in July as well, but I don't know what happened. I don't think it worked out where I tried to grow the watermelon here, but here we got this red ruby cabbage right here. It's looking healthy overall, but it's not growing as fast as the other ones I have, which you'll see real soon. I got another late flat Dutch. It's supposed to be a big variety of cabbage. I don't know what it died out. I don't know what happened to that one. But these are sweet potatoes. These are sweet potato vines, of course. And if some of y'all know, if some of y'all recall, I've been telling people this is what you can use for salad. Right here, you can use these leaves. They taste a lot like spinach. You rinse them off, put some salad dressing on them, and bam, that's it. So, and I think, I don't know, I may have some, we may have some sweet potatoes in there. I don't know, but basically, I didn't want to waste these slips, so I just planted them over here. And it's another area where we could come to get salad. And this is basil. I actually had another cabbage right here, and I just moved it. And I moved it because I wanted it to grow faster, and I wanted it to get more sunlight. But this is basil. I try to plant stuff around basil, or plant the basil right next to a lot of stuff, because it'll protect them. It'll protect, keep them. It'll keep some plants protected from bugs, because a lot of animals and bugs don't like the smell of basil and onion and garlic. Over here in this bed, I had a pumpkin plant going, and it was starting to die back. So yesterday, I got 2 of these. Yesterday, I picked these 2 pumpkins because based on the rate they were growing at, this is as big as they're gonna get. And I started growing the pumpkin. I got the pumpkin plant late August. So I think it ran out of steam by cooling off of me starting so late, maybe. But I got two of these. I got one of them right here. I should have left the plant in there, but I already put it in compost already. But this is I had the pumpkin going right here. This is broccoli, starting off good. So far so good. And this here is Cuban oregano. And now when I looked up Cuban oregano, I learned that it actually originated in Africa. So I don't know how it got the name Cuban oregano, but it has a minty smell to it. Yeah, it smells real good. It has a minty smell to it. And once again, I got that to try to prevent it, so to use it as a natural pesticide. And lately, honestly, I haven't used any pesticides in a long time. So I'm real proud of that. So this method works when you use other plants as a natural pesticide. That really it can really work. I forgot that I dropped some carrot seeds, and I forgot about that. So that's these things that's coming up. So hopefully they grow. Carrots, I heard carrots can be hard to get right. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I plan on adding some more soil over here and and maybe some fertilizer, and we'll see what it does after that. Actually, I think this is a carrot right here. It might be growing, it might not be. I'm not sure. But that's why I want to add more soil and more fertilizer, and we'll just go from there. This here, I don't know if this is in this pot. I don't know if this is cantaloupe or if this is Korean melon. I tried Korean melon from the Hong Kong market a few months ago, and I saved some seeds and I tried to plant it and grow it, and this came up like just a few months ago. So I don't know which one it is. I'm not totally sure yet. But here's a melon that's growing right here. We'll see how big it gets. I'm gonna try to let it grow, but it already looks like the plant is starting to die back. So I'm gonna just let it go as long as it can, and we'll see. But a few weeks ago, I did take up a cantaloupe plant. I had a cantaloupe plant in here, and I noticed an animal got to one of the cantaloupes that I got. It was about the same size as the melon that I just showed y'all, but yeah, probably maybe a squirrel got to it or something. So that's the first time that happened in a long time. So again, I like to try to prevent that from happening, but we'll see what happens. This is that cabbage I was telling y'all about that was over there in that melon plot that I moved. I transplanted it. So that's why it's looking to look like these leaves, they died off. But I thought it wasn't going to survive a few days ago. But it's doing better. It's doing better. So I want this cabbage to grow faster. This is the late flat Dutch, supposed to be a big variety. So, but it looked like it's bouncing back. There's another broccoli. This broccoli moving a little slow right now compared to this broccoli and this broccoli. So, we'll see about that. And I got to do something about these mosquitoes over here. We got a lot of mosquitoes over here. What I plan on doing about that, is I'm going to get a citronella plant or some. I think I may need a few. And I probably have to get rid of some water that's been sitting in some containers. Just got to dump it out. And but I think I'm gonna get a citronella plant to get rid of these mosquitoes. Next to this bed, and actually I got as you can see, I have room to add more crops in here, but I really want to try to get these wood chips out of here. I want to try to get all these wood chips out of here. And that's the soil right here. It's looking good. But I want to try to get the wood chips out of here, and I'm going to add some more soil on top of it. Right next to this thing is the beginning, some Okinawan potatoes. These are the purple potatoes. They're tan on the outside, a royal purple color on the inside. It's sweeter than the orange ones, and the benefit of them is that they have anthocyanins, supposed to be cancer fighting properties, and they're real good. Real good. You don't have to put anything on them. You can just bake them. So I have these here, but I wasn't intentionally trying to grow the potatoes here. What I'll do is, if I have extra sweet potato slips, I'll just plant them. I'll find somewhere to plant them, because they're going to grow like, the vines are going to grow like this. And this is a place we have, this is a place where I could come and just get some salad. But once again, a lot of these leaves look like they're dying back, so I may have to dig up under here and see if we have any potatoes or not. I don't know. I just keep it watered because we use it for salad. And I do have some sweet potatoes that I am intentionally trying to grow, and I'm gonna show y'all that. Soon. This plant here, I forgot the name of it. I don't know the name of it. Forgot the name of it, but shout out to Reedy and Rob. They gave this to us along with some okra. This okra right here. I've been leaving this okra on the vine so I can pick it. Not the red ones, but here, this one. I wanted to pick it while making the video. But this okra, Robin Reedy gave us. It's good, man. This is good. It actually has like a sweet taste to it. And I did pick it before it gets too hard and too woody. I know it don't look like it, but if you taste it, man, it tastes good. It tastes real good. Again, it has like a sweet taste to it. So like this one, I'm gonna pick this one. Let me see if I could pick it. All right, we got them picked. All right, and with okra, when you pick it, they just keep on coming and coming. They keep growing. Now, I don't know what this okra is going to do during our coldest months in January and February. I don't know, but we'll see. And with these red, the ones that turn red, I could probably just pick the seeds out of them and save the seeds. So if you want some okra seeds, let me know. I got them. I got the stalks of my of the collard greens. They're starting to get going real strong. I should have planted them at the end of September so that by now I could have something to give to family and friends. But nevertheless, here we are. So they starting to get going, and they gonna be going strong. These are the collard greens. We got some mustard greens in the next row. Basil is right next to the collards to try to offer some protection. We got basil. We have basil right here. And we got basil right here. This plant I actually got from Rouse's. I got this from Rouse's. This is supposed to be a purple Cherokee tomato. And we got tomatoes on it, but I don't know when to pick them. So I'm gonna look into that real soon, because we have a few on here. I want to let them get bigger, but I don't know yet. But I am thankful I'm seeing the tomatoes. They coming through here, and look at these. Now let me tell you the story about this one. This came out of my compost. This came out of compost that I made. So I don't know exactly what kind of tomato plant this is, but I just let it grow. I fed it, watered it, took care of it, and here we are. Well, no, I'm sorry. These are cherry tomatoes. This is not that. One of these plants did come from my compost, but one of them is cherry tomatoes. My neighbor around the corner, shout out to Mr. Carl, we traded. He wanted I had an extra watermelon plant, and he had some cherry tomato plants that was it one or two of them? I don't know. I think it was two tomato plants that he had that was that he wasn't doing anything with. So I took that, and this is the result. They finally came through. I think it was too hot for them to bloom earlier, possibly. But I left these on the vine to try to make sure they get ripened, and I'll pick these today. And if you can see that, we got a lot of I guess these are cherry tomatoes too, that are green. So I haven't had much interference with the pest. I think I had one. Well, I came out here one time and noticed that, I think that was like a month ago. I noticed and something took a bite out of the tomato, so I picked them, and they were green at the time. So I just bought them inside, but that was the only time I had to deal with that. But lately I haven't been dealing with any pests. Thank God, man. I haven't been dealing with many problems from pests. Here's another collard green. Another collard right here. Doing this thing, letting it get strong, letting it fight. We'll see what happens. It looked like some insects got to this one a little bit. I tried planting it next to basil right here, and this basil is it's coming and going. It looks like it's regrowing, actually. I thought it was dead a few days ago, but since it cooled off, it looked like it's coming. And this is actually purple basil. I tell you, I don't know if it was like a year or two. I composted a year or two ago. I composted the basil, and now when I use the compost basil, sometimes it just pops up. So composting is very powerful. These are blue collards. These are the starts for blue collards. That's what these are. So I don't know if I'm ready to transplant them yet. So we'll see. I don't know, but these are blue collards, and I actually have some other seeds to start for a collard tree. And I forgot what else. These are Japanese sweet potatoes right here. I do have a little potato that I saw underneath there, but this is another area we could come and get some salad from to eat the leaves. So it's the same thing. I moved my compost bin over here so that we could get to try to get this compost to finish faster. I wanted it to get direct sunlight, so I moved it over here because that banana tree over there is giving it a lot of shade. This blueberry tree, blueberry bush is going good. This is a bare root blueberry tree. Is actually doing what it's supposed to do. So I've just been keeping it healthy, keeping it watered. And then this one is actually, maybe in February, we'll have some blueberries. But I got it last February and began taking care of it. And it's doing very good. Actually, I'm just noticing this, how if you look, we got the branch is brown, and then at the tips, is green, if you can see that. Brown and green, 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 green. So I'm taking that all as a good sign. We got more sweet potatoes. I think these are orange sweet potatoes right here. Okay. And we got mustard greens. We got mustard greens right here. If you can, let me see. Yeah. Here are the mustard greens. All right. So they looking nice and strong. Nice, steady, and strong. And this is this right here is, what is this? Bronze fennel. It's fennel, but it's bronze. And I haven't even tried it yet, honestly. But I tried fennel over the summer. Shout out to Damon, my co-worker. He gave me some fennel, and it was real good. I'm glad I tried it. We got more mustard greens right here, starting to grow. They're about to be booming. I tried this pineapple. Now, usually I have success with planting the pineapple. It's just me actually waiting long enough for the pineapple to grow, because they take like 2 years to grow. But I might have to uproot that. I don't know. This is Scotch. This is called Scotch mint right here, and it hasn't really taken off, but it hasn't completely died either. So I'm just letting it do with it. I'm just being patient with it. Now here is the red ruby cabbage that I was talking about. Over there in the melon plot that I was trying to make early in the summer, the red ruby over there is much smaller than this one. So, but it's doing good though. I am pleased with its progress. And this is another one of the red rubies right here. So I'm hoping for a successful harvest for these. More mustards. Planted the mustards. And right here we got garlic. This is garlic right here. And actually, I forgot about these. These are carrots right here. And I planted them close like this because when I fill this water bottle up and the water comes out, all these plants should get watered easily. Right? My son reminded me of this, Elijah. He reminded me of this a few days ago. He said, "Daddy, look at that dragonfly." I said, "Yeah, mommy bought me that. I still got to figure out how to use this." But I know it does shine light in it through solar power, I believe. These are over here. I think these are more either Japanese sweet potatoes or purple sweet potatoes. This whole plot, they took over. I planted these in like late August. I planted these and they just took over. And I actually harvested 2 small potatoes from this area right here last Friday, just to let me know that I'm headed in the right direction as relates to choosing my soil. Here's another red ruby cabbage. I tried planting it close to the water source, and it's healthy. It's just not growing as big as fast as I wanted. But I'll stay patient with it. Now here's a late flat Dutch cabbage. It's coming through. The head is starting to form. Actually, it's starting to get to where I want it to be. So that's looking good. We got more basil. Actually, this basil is looking real good. I haven't been paying much attention to it. Wow. But basil, you know, that's one of my favorite plant protections that I like to use. So the basil is doing this thing. And we got more collard greens right here. Growing strong. I can't wait till they really get going because, oh, look at the honeybee. Can y'all see that honeybee? Honeybees like basil. Honeybees like basil. I learned that. Look at that. Y'all don't kill the honeybees. We need the honeybees. They help us get food. We got more basil right here. Look, this is the purple basil right here. Purple basil. And more, this is another late flat Dutch cabbage. And behind here, this look like tall grass. That's actually garlic. It's called society garlic right here. Wait, where's my okra? Let me put my okra up because I don't want to lose that. All right. So that's everything in my rows. This my walking path is still going. The walking path it takes care of itself. Once you set it up initially, it pretty much takes care of itself. Now this plot right here, if you check this out, this was all grass. All of this, just a few months ago, this was all grass. Just like, I don't know if it was even a month ago, all grass. And what I did was I decided to make it, my next thing is, or my next attempt to grow melons would be here. It would be here. So that's why I made this. I turned all that grass and I made it into a plot because, and also it's harder to cut the grass over here too because of the walking path that I made. So it's just another way to get rid of some of the grass. Like all of these rows, the rows and the walking path, all this area, all of this used to be grass. And a lot of people swear by tilling. You gotta get a tiller. I didn't do any tilling. I cut the grass and I laid my foundation and I put my soil on top, and this is the result right here. Okay. And this plot, this square plot right here, this area right here where I'm walking around, this was grass. I don't know. This was earlier, I think, like maybe in May or June. I did this. I laid my foundation, and here we are. And I'm not fighting with the grass. It takes very long for me to have to do something with the grass. Like I might have this little stuff growing right here, but it's easy to pull up and it's easy to uproot too. So I just wanted to share that. All right, so here we are. Now, when I mentioned earlier about my other sweet potatoes, these are the ones that I'm trying to intentionally grow. And when I mention that the vines are dying back, this is what I mean. See, like this plant, for example. Usually with sweet potatoes in the beginning, the leaves are dark green, a very plush green color. But look, the leaves, what I've read is that when the leaves die back like this, that means that it's time to harvest them, and that means that you should it means that you should have a harvest of sweet potatoes. And instead of the leaves being a healthy green color, they start getting lighter, and they start getting little spots on them like this. You start getting little spots on them like that. So that makes me think it's time to start checking for a harvest for these potatoes. This pot, I don't know how this pot did, because the soil that I used, it wasn't real loose. It's still kind of stiff, so I don't know if I actually got something from them or not. I don't know, we'll see. But once again, this is another area where I was using to cut some of the leaves off to eat for salad. Somebody who was interested in buying some slips from me, they hit me up a few weeks ago, and they said they wanted to use some slips for stir fry. And with sweet potatoes, she decided not to get any because of, we're approaching, here in New Orleans, we're approaching what? We're in the midst of the fall season. It'll be official winter late December, but as we all know, here in New Orleans, it's our winters are real mild. We've been in fall, but it's been feeling like summer some days. So with sweet potatoes, they mainly like hot weather, but here in the South, we can get away with planting them in late fall. We can get away with that because our winters are usually mild. If the temperatures dip, if they touch 40 degrees, if they touch, we usually don't sustain that. But in the event you're growing sweet potatoes and we get to real cold temperatures, just cover them. You can cover them and they'll be fine. And then also what could happen is they can overwinter, where the growth of the tuber, the growth of the plant, the tuber, it can be preserved during the winter, and you can harvest it later, and the plant will actually start regrowing again. So it's not a bad idea to plant sweet potato slips in the late fall. Over here in this plot, we have ginger that's blooming. I think it's time to harvest it. The tips of the leaves are starting to turn yellow. I like smelling ginger. It smells like lemon to me. It reminds me of lemon. This is more of that bronze fennel right next to it, and this is oregano that I was using. I noticed it's been starting to die back with it not being as hot as it was, but that's the state of that. This is some rosemary. I waited too late. I got it from a garden giveaway, and I waited too late to plant it. So I was just leaving it here to see what would happen. But I struggle with rosemary for some reason. I don't know why. Here are more mustard greens right here. Got them hiding out under here, but they looking nice and strong. And this is a random sweet potato slip, another one. Once again, the leaves are starting to die back. So maybe we got a potato. Maybe I got a potato down there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. And this was stevia. Still got a little bit of left of stevia. But this is actually, I started this stevia from the stevia plant that I had on the side that I'm about to show y'all. And both of those died back due to the season, but I started that one last summer, and I was able to clip the top off and plant it here, and it grew good, and we were able to harvest some of the leaves. I was using it a lot in oatmeal as a sweetener. This plant right here, I actually harvested this plant yesterday. This was growing in the front yard. This is a pecan tree. So if anybody want a pecan tree, hit me up. So over here we have basil, more basil. The basil did real good. This was a starter plant that I got like in September, and I didn't expect it to do this well, but it is. It's doing real good. Big leaves, nice and flavorful. Aloe. I mistakenly cut it yesterday while I was cutting the grass. That's okay. And the mint is actually taking over. The mint is actually taking over here. I'm just letting it. I'm not fighting with the mint because mint is not bad. I was fighting with the weeds, so I ended up cutting a little bit of the mint, but we all know that mint, it doesn't easily die out, so it's going to grow back. But this is mint. Here we have more ginger that I need to harvest. I just wanted to make sure that I waited long enough to harvest the ginger. I wanted to give it a good amount of time to grow. And here we have mojito mint. This is mojito mint, like these leaves. And let me show you. This is mojito mint, and like this right here, this is chocolate mint. So we have chocolate mint right here and mojito mint right here. All taken over. I'm just letting it take over. And that's what we're working with. We still got pineapple sage during springtime. This will bloom again. It's actually starting to bloom again already. This is pineapple sage right here. And the stevia is right here. Right here. 1, 2. Springtime come, it's gonna bloom again. So that's the garden update, family and friends. Once again, I make these videos not to show off. Somebody was throwing shade at me, so I gotta say this. I make these videos not to brag about what I got and what I can do. I make these videos as a convenient way to update friends and family about what I have. And if you're an avid grower, you know, if you're an avid grower and you into this stuff, then it would be my thinking that you would enjoy it, you know. So hats off to everybody out there trying to grow something. But this is the update, family and friends. And I got one more thing though, the compost pile. Let me show y'all that. Look, it's the compost pile right here. I cut the grass yesterday. Bam, dump the grass right there. And it turns into this. Man, I love this. Look, let me show you. Look at that. This is what it turns into if you just let, this is a bunch of grass and leaves. That's all it is, grass and leaves. And it's been sitting like since the summer. So the way this works is, as you keep dumping on top, the stuff on the bottom sits longer. And by it being smothered on the bottom, it helps it compost. And you just keep that cycle going. Every time you cut the grass, just dump it, bam. And this is what it turned into. Yep. All right, so y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all need something, y'all hit me up. Y'all have a good day.